What's up, everybody? Good evening and welcome to Open Minded Mystics. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Donna V, and I am here tonight with Tracy Locke and Kim Mazzella. Kim Mazzella is our life coach and light docent, and of course, Tracy Locke is the voice of the audience. I am your host, Donna V. Today is June 28th. It is Monday. It's a beautiful day outside, and I'm just so happy for everyone to be here because this is not only the recap for our amazing show that we had last week. I hope you didn't miss it. If you did, don't worry. Everything is over on YouTube at Open Minded Mystics, or you can find us on Facebook where you can find all of our repeats. Good evening and welcome to the show. I'm going to say hello to those coming in. My mom is here. That's so sweet. That's so awesome. And of course, Tracy Locke and Kim Mazzella. How are you ladies doing this evening?
Woohoo! I'm so excited to see you both. As always, Mondays would not be the same without the open-minded mystics. And I'm so excited to talk about last week because we had incredible guests and I had so much fun. And I learned a lot. And I thought it was a great show.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. What about you, Kim Mazzella? What do you have to say?
I've missed you guys. It's like sometimes when a week goes by, I'm like, I missed them. I can't wait to do Open Minded Mystics and get together with these girls. Last week was such a great show. I can't wait to go over what we did. It was just a lot of fun. And I think I hear myself in the microphone, but if I do, I'm sorry.
If you hear yourself in the microwave, that's a problem, okay?
Yeah,
but I will say
that may be something that you want to talk to the Witch and the Apprentice about.
The Witch and the Apprentice, Nan. I mean, I am telling you right now, Angie and Nan were like a wealth of information. And I don't know about you guys, but I've done that breathing technique quite a few times. And it's been pretty awesome. And what's up, Dawn Maloney? Welcome. I'm so excited to see you. She's been working so hard.
Oh.
I cannot wait to get to her store. It looks beautiful from the pictures that I've seen online.
I know. She's launching any second now. So that's such an exciting thing. And we're giving her huge energy. It's going to be awesome. I know that.
Exactly. Oh, she's listening right now from the makeup studio.
Oh, so excited.
That is so exciting.
Perfect.
And my mom said, Kim, boy, you must be tiny if you're in the microwave.
Oh, so tiny.
You are so tiny.
She's like Mike TV from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
All right.
Am I coming in clear? Am I coming in clear?
That's
Well,
awesome.
I am coming in from my den because I have a daughter who finally went to school and she went in person tonight. So I get to use my actual house and not just sit on the edge of the bed.
How nice is that? Congratulations to you. So your energy is going to be bam off the charts. Am I right?
Crystals are everywhere in this room. I'm so excited. Yes.
That is fantastic. I love your necklace. It's giving us signals. It's going.
My dragonfly. I love dragonflies. It's my favorite. It reminds me of my grandmother Viola, but I just love them. Hey, Jerry Reesby. Let's say hi to those that are coming in right now.
Howdy. Howdy.
Exactly. Tonight being the recap show, we are definitely excited to have people come in and say hello. Hello from Topeka, Kansas. Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. It's another fan all the way from Topeka, Kansas, ladies and gentlemen.
What is happening there? Kathy watching you on YouTube on the big screen. Couldn't wait for Monday night to get here.
All right.
So
Kathy.
I love that.
Great. Oh, my God. Well, I can't wait to launch into it because I don't know about you ladies, but when I saw Witch and the Apprentice, I was like, is that a Disney movie? I don't know what to think about that. But the two of them were such amazing powerhouses, so bright, so interesting, such an eclectic story. And wow, did we get a lot of that. I was like, oh my gosh, I have 1,000,001 questions for them. And they gave us so much incredible information that I was like, oh, this is so cool. I love that Nan was totally technical. And it was so neat. Like, it was so interesting to see someone with a super technical mind get into the mystical. Because when she talked about it, she was so on it. Like, she was so calm, cool, and collected, but she knew when she did those breathing techniques, I'm like, how long has she been doing this? She's only been doing it for a little while. It was like she's a guru that's been doing it for like 20 years. Didn't you guys get that feeling?
I identified a lot with Angie coming from the hair industry, and I think she's amazing that she's actually able to deal with brides. Because I will tell you this much, I used to do bridal hair a long time ago, and that for me was not something sustainable because energetically, I'm such an empath, and I take on that energy, and it would just make me so anxious that it was like, no, I think I'm good with taking on my dragonflies, like those that come from at mud and want to be beautiful. What does that mean? It means that I seem to attract clients that, don't feel that great about themselves. They really are coming in for what they don't realize is either therapy or listening to something about, being open-minded, and then on top of it, getting, beautiful service. But kudos to her. I give it up for her. My praise for being able to deal with brides all the
Right.
time.
Oh my God. I cannot even imagine. And being able to keep people like calm, like you said, cool, collected. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
What I loved was, first place, their energies together. They're so different, but they're so similar in so many ways. And I love the right brain, left brainness of it. I love the fact that the technical side, I just love that they work together and they're so different, but when you can see that we're so similar, we come together and we can be so similar and we can learn from each other and be open with each other. I just thought I love their openness that they have with each other. And, I think that 30 years ago, both of them would have been like, but now that people are open, and, Angie's story about how she started to come out when it came to, being a tarot reader, those things are really courageous. I love to see people step into their power in a courageous way, because the world will do their best to make fun of you. And you've got to just ignore the world, because you will find your people if you step into your power. And I even know when I started doing my own stuff and talking about what my own stuff, and I stepped into it, I was so worried about the people who were going to make fun of me. I missed the idea of all the people that I loved what I had to say and said, oh, wow, you really helped me. And I'm like, oh, all my fear about what the naysayers would say were keeping me from the people who I could help. Isn't that crazy?
And I think that that's a lot to do with everything in life, don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I thought it was so interesting. So, like I said, someone with such a technical mind like Nan. So that brought so much credibility, because it's like, she is this technical wizard guru that deals with just the facts. And you could tell by her personality, it was like, just the facts, ma'am. But then when she got turned on to the spiritual world, it was like a whole other side of her opened up. And to see someone, like we talked about, with their yin and the yang, the same person, having those two sides exposed and those two sides so open and those two sides working at the same time. Because we're always told, I've always been told, you're either creative or you're super logical and technical, but she just showed the opposite, that you can be both at the same time, which I think is phenomenal. They both are. I mean, Angie is like this powerhouse businesswoman. So it's not like she's like this, like, okay, I'm this like airy fairy psychic card reader. It's like, I have this business, this business, this business. And I was like, bazam.
That's one of my favorite parts about what we do right now, bringing everyone together, is that, we are a platform that's creating like this, way for people that are technical, they're watching us, or that are into the mystical, they're watching us, to really go, oh, look at that, Wonder Twin powers activate. I'll take the form of a tarot reader.
Right.
One of the things that happened to me this weekend, which I thought was really kind of cool, that can kind of relate to this, is I have someone in my life who is going to the hospital, who's sick, and I said, oh, I'm going to send her Reiki. I'm going to really visualize her healing. And someone I love and know, who's very scientifically oriented, said, okay, that and like $1 won't get you on the subway. But I said, but you'll pray for her. Like, what's the difference, right? Well, and so when because I said, that's the same thing, isn't it the same thing? He's like, whatever. So isn't, I think that we can, when you put it in a different language, other people can hear it and understand it. And I think that we are becoming more and more open, and someone who will pray may not send Reiki, but isn't it the same thing? Isn't it a version of the same thing?
Absolutely. I think that it's whatever people are comfortable with. Like somebody might say, like you said, I send love and light all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
wait, Donovan, I want to say something. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you move that mic? It keeps
certainly.
Yeah, that's good, because I just want to hear what you're saying, and it keeps clicking, and I just want people to hear. Yep, go ahead.
I just want to say that I've been sending love and light to people for my entire life, not realizing what exactly it might be, and that might be, to some people, prayers, and to some people it is a flood of light or healing energy, but it really is in the sender and my intention, but it's also in the person that's receiving it. So if you receive it in the way that you're comfortable, I think you're better off. But I think that people get a little freaked out, like Kim was saying, so often, if I said I send love and light to you while I'm sitting next to you in the Episcopal Church, you might be like, what? And if I say l'chaim, then you're like, really, like, who the hell is this girl? Like, what is she doing?
Right. But I think it, again, to both of your points, to bring all these communities together and to have all these different powerful people and just get to see all the different ways that they communicate and they send love and that they show it and that they teach it and that they allow other people to have it. I just think it's fantastic. So what was your biggest takeaway? Did you have like a takeaway from The Witch and the Apprentice? I know I did, but I wanted to see what you guys thought as far as, did anything like catch you off guard? Were you surprised by anything? Or how did you feel after you spoke to both of them?
Kim, you want to go first?
Yeah, I do. Okay, one of the things that I love is that Nan has not been doing what she's been doing for that long. And when I was 24 years old, I was going to write a book. I was going to write a book on what I had been learning about A Course in Miracles and all the different things that I was learning, like the spiritual stuff. I mean, this was a long time ago, unfortunately, but it was a long time ago, right? Almost
4 years.
It was almost 30 years ago. And I was in a restaurant and a guy said, what would a 24-year-old possibly know about to teach someone else? And I really allowed that. No, it wasn't his fault. He was being him. I allowed that to stop me from writing that book because I went to such a low place, like, oh, maybe he's right. What do I know, right? And to see someone learn something and turn around like not too long and become an expert in it. Like you can become an expert in anything you want to, and it's such a short amount of time. Like if something really, you were inspired to do something, you're meant to do it. Like that inspiration means it's part of your path. You're supposed to be doing it. And it doesn't matter if you are 20, because there's a book called Lesson Zero that was written by a 21-year-old that was turned into a movie. And I wish I had known that. When, I mean, I kind of knew it, but I really didn't put two and two together until I was in my 40s, that it doesn't matter how long you've known something. And if you wait to become an expert, if you wait to become a master, you're never going to step on your path and step out. It's okay if you're really, really trained in something. Consider yourself a master. Don't let anybody hold you back, because you can be the best at it and you can know it for 20 minutes. I mean, really, honestly, if you're excited by something, you are the best teacher for it. And that's what I really got out of that. It was like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. I love the feedback that we're getting and the comments. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Donna, what'd you think?
Oh, what did I think? I was about to put you on the big screen.
Look at that. Damn.
One of the things that I really got from it, and I need to take some time, as a matter of fact, when I am, closing down for a few days, it takes a little bit of personal time. I want to look into what Nan spoke about with the energy and how we hold negative feelings in our energy and how it can physically affect us. I think that is something I'd really like to dive into. So I friended her today on Facebook, and I want to reach out to her about that, because I find that to be another layer of something that maybe I haven't fully explored. Like I know from, doing my process and my, when I met Kim, the way I met Kim was by actually taking her course and learning so much about how, for instance, example, forgiveness is for yourself, not really for someone else. And you could forgive someone else without even telling them that you forgive them. And it's to help to release the negative energy within your own body. But I'd like to dive a little deeper into that and find out, why is it that I repeat these lessons over and over? And do I have something stuck? It's kind of like that stain as a hair colorist. Somebody dyes their hair, let's say red, for years, and they want to be blonde. There are steps and stages that you have to go through in order to do this deep clean without breaking it off. And I feel like energetically, I think that there's definitely something very similar to that. And I just need to know why I feel like I'm stuck at this spot and how I can progress. All right, Tracy, what about you?
Well, I think we're all kind of in the same boat as far as that feeling of wow, this has been a crazy month. This has been a crazy week. This has been a crazy year. And so how do we get our energy up and moving? But what I got specifically from that conversation was I really resonated with both of them. I loved, to Kim's point, that Nan just knew something for a very short time, and she was so well versed in it, and how calm her voice was, and how melodic it was. She was perfect for what she's doing, and it just totally fit. But I was really excited about what Angie was talking about with the teas. How she's opening her tea shop, and I was like, oh my God, like essential oils, like I've recently been turned on to all the different oils and different things that about the earth and their different healing properties. And she started talking about all the different teas. And I have been doing research into teas and what they can do for you health wise. And there's so much to learn, but there's so many valuable parts to it. There's so many things about herbal, different herbal remedies and teas and oils. And I was like, this is fascinating to me. And I love the fact that Angie is opening a whole store dedicated to one of those things. And again, like she was saying, she's going to do it very high end, but she wants to do it with the eye of teaching people about teas, not just like a Starbucks where you're like, hey, do you want a green tea? Great. I have no idea what green tea does, but it's like, oh, did you know that green tea is detoxifying and it's blank and it's blank and it's blank. And then it's just like, wow, there's so much to know. And so I was really, really impressed, and I cannot wait to go visit her tea shop and get some like high-end teas. That's what I'm excited about.
I think it's funny because intuitively you've always loved teas. In fact, I remember giving you a huge thing of tea for Christmas one year that I completely forgot about until you just mentioned this tea. Like, I think on some level, I know, well, I mean, Kim is our guru, and on some level, you and I have been like really on this path. And all of the guests that we've been having, whether it's, Valerie that was on, and she opened my eyes to so many things.
I did the soul journey with her.
How was it?
I'm doing mine on the 11th.
Oh my God.
I'm dying to know.
So good.
Can you talk about it?
Yes, I can totally talk about it. So good that I'm shocked how good it was. I knew she was going to be amazing. Like we said when we spoke to her, like all of our guests so far, they've just been so knowledgeable and wonderful. And remember when we were like, I remember getting off the call with Valerie for the first time, we had our show, the podcast, and I was like, wow, she's just like on it. This is like someone who just knows her stuff, and she's very matter of fact. It's not airy-fairy in any way. It just seems very factual and very succinct. And that's how the reading was. The reading was like no BS. It was not a reading. It's called Soul's Journey. So she takes you through a half an hour meditation, which was so bizarrely relaxing. Sometimes like I meditate every morning, but a lot of times when I meditate, because I'm learning, and I'm doing right now 20 minutes in the morning, I do my music. I put on my diffuser. I have my jade stone. I have this whole thing. But there's a lot of times where I'm sitting and my mind is just racing about what I need to do for the podcast, what I have to put up, blah, blah, blah. Even though I try to do Kim's bring it back to that candlelight, bring it back to that. But I find my mind racing a lot. Anyway, monkey mind. I find that. When I did this meditation with her, I was like in a coma within 10 seconds. I was like, what is going on?
Oh my God.
She makes you sit in a dark, in a room where you won't be disturbed, to close the door, make sure nobody's coming in. And she takes you through this meditation, and then she goes through this journey, and she takes you through it. And it was so real, guys. I did the past life regression. This was even more visually open than that. I don't know how to say it other than I saw stuff that it was like really clear to me. And I was like, wow, this is nuts. Like this is, because the thing that was so cool, like I'm not going to give anything away. Yeah. I think I can tell you. So she'll be like, okay, you're walking down, you're seeing this. What animal do you see in front of you? And I clearly saw an animal. And then what will happen is after you go through the thing with her, she will explain to you what everything you saw was. Okay, she's like, here you saw a blank. This means blank, 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 blank. And it's like, wow.
I cannot wait.
Definitely have to do this. I'd love to get her to do that live. That would be so cool to see.
Oh my God, it was so good. And it brought up so many emotions, and there were so many things.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah. It's very emotional. Again, like the past life regression. Mm-hmm. And I said this to Coconut Butt after I did it. I'm like, I'm so tired. Like this was it's emotional. It's very, very emotional.
Well, don't forget, if you are interested in that, let me see if I still have my banner up for her. It's Witch's Cove, because you should check it out. Valerie was a guest a few weeks ago, and
yes, Witch's Cove.
Honestly, if you go and you check out Witch's Cove, I have Witches the Apprentice. I'll put it up right now. I would suggest that you check it out. She's on Instagram. You can actually find her on the World Wide Web. If you go to Witch's Cove and you check her out. And then you know what else that means? It's the perfect time to actually to talk about our sponsors. But Witches Cove is something that I would totally think that anybody here, if you're just tuning in for the first time, when we're finished here and you want to go back about 5 shows, I believe it is, you'll see Valerie being interviewed live with us. It was an amazing show, eye-opening. And Tracy booked her Soul's Journey. I have mine booked for the 11th. I cannot
wait to
wait.
hear
I'm
it.
actually doing that as one of the last things for myself on my week off.
You're going to love it. You're going to just totally love it. There were so many things that she told me that were just so like, oh my God, and made sense and were just really eye-opening. One thing she did tell me that I can say on this was like, she was like, you know, your third eye chakra, your third eye is so strong. She's like, you have so much intuition, and your third eye is, you have to work on, she told me like specifically what part is cloudy and why it's cloudy, and what I should be doing to clear that. But she's like, once you clear that, you have these abilities that are so powerful. You really need to pay attention to that.
That's
it was very exciting. There's just things were happening throughout the meditation that were just so clear. You will love it. I cannot recommend it strongly enough. It was so fascinating, so interesting, so fun. And at no time during it did I feel like, man, it all felt like
that's
and
awesome.
it went so fast, and it was 90 minutes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I want to go live. Like,
Mhm.
I think I just want to go live somewhere in a commune.
Yeah.
Where all our sponsors and the people we've been in our show can all be there.
All
For
live with that
the rest,
feeling.
seriously, for the rest of my life, I think I would like to just get a little bit stronger of a connection to myself. I don't know, but I just want to. And right now, why don't we talk about one of our sponsors?
Oh yeah, let me talk. Let me lead it off because I'm
Go
so
right ahead.
excited about, Witches Cove. I'm going to go right into another Witch of Dusk. And so they are one of our phenomenal sponsors. They do jewelry, tools, clothing, decor, accessories. They have the most clever, fantastic shirts. They have really cool home decor. It's like one of a kind, stuff that you won't find anywhere else. And they are offering us 15% off, which is a huge amount. All you have to do is put in Open Minded Mystics 15. Again, that's Witch of Dusk. You will find Witch of Dusk on Instagram. So make sure you tell them that Open Minded Mystics sent you. Put in Open Minded Mystics 15 and get 15% off all of your witchy needs. And when I say witchy, it's not like what you think it is. It's super cool. It's all kinds of really beautiful things for your home, and candles and all kinds of really cool t-shirts. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, whether you practice witchcraft or you're just interested in learning more about it, I think it's an amazing way to support those that are supporting us. So that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my turn. So Official Floramente, that's her name on Instagram, but it's floramente.com. You've got to go check her out. She is a therapist, a coach. If you have ADHD, she has so many different specialties, but she actually can really work with you if you have ADHD. This woman offers so many different healing techniques. If you have nutrition issues, she can help you with nutrition. She can help you with habit coaching, productivity, social skills. If you're having problems with that, habit coaching, which I think sounds really cool, body mind connection, you name it. Look at her website, and she's super affordable. Like, she wants you to heal. She really does. So check her out. Right now, she has 50% off all her 1-hour sessions until August. So she's going to be on our show too. I can't remember the date because somewhere, but out there she will be on our show.
My big calendar.
Out there.
She will be on July 12th. So we will be on our break for 4th of July. We'll be taking next Monday evening off, and then we'll be coming back with a most amazing guest, which will be Official Floramente, which I cannot
exciting. I can't wait to
talk
meet
to
her
her and to meet her in quasi person.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves me to go last. And I'm really excited because one of our favorite sponsors that we have from Made in the US in Georgia, it's a Latina owned company, would be our own favorite Dirty Bones Soap Company. And you could check them out on Instagram, and they have Monday 10 all caps for 10% off. And I actually have some of their goods here. I love their sticker. which I'm going to
Mhm.
be putting on my new computer, which is just really a hand-me-down from my daughter, but that's fine.
I have it
And
on mine. I have it on
I
mine.
know, I love it. I feel like a teenager putting stickers on my computer. Here's another example of a beautiful soap that looks like a
Beautiful.
crystal, and it's amazing. And one of the things I noticed today on their Instagram is they have made all of their soaps in every different color of the chakra as far as the crystal soaps that they have, and they look like crystals. Like if you were to display them in your home, and I'll put back the code in a moment, but I have to show you only because I'm really lucky enough to have some tangible items here. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful.
It is
So
beautiful.
they will customize anything you would like as far as scent and color. So right now, one of the things I noticed today that was amazing is they have up, it's like a questionnaire. It's like, hey, we've made every single scent and every single color. What color and scent do you think we should do next and what would go together? So one of the things I love about them, even though, you know, I mean, I have my own business. A lot of us have our own businesses, but to ask for other people for input just shows, I think, how open-minded they are. And it also to me shows how amazing it is that they want to please their customers. And I just think it's awesome. So again, all caps, Monday 10 for 10% off. And you could check them out. And they have a 5-star rating on Etsy.
Woohoo!
That's awesome.
They're amazing. All of our sponsors are incredible. And speaking of incredible,
Yes,
girl,
we
I
have
want to.
a special. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What
I
were you
think we're on
going
the
to
same
say?
page.
No, we're not. Go ahead. You do
I was
it.
going to
Take it
say
away.
one of our sponsors is also one of our members. Kim Mazzella is going to be putting something exciting out. And what kind of news do you have for us tonight, Kim?
I am so excited. Hopefully by the end of this week, if not definitely next week, I am releasing my new course. It is called the Rapid Relationship Repair Toolkit. It is so awesome. I've been working on it for a long time. I've tested it with many, many people. I really have to say, I've had a lot of courses. I've created a ton of content and a ton of different courses that are really focused on things. But this is really focused on for women who feel like you're at a point in your life where your relationship should kick and it doesn't. And if you really feel like, you know what, I've been in this and I want to stay in it, but it's not where I want it to be, especially if you've been in a relationship for a while and you're like, why am I not where I want to be? And you don't want to leave your partner, but you just want it better. So if you want to bring the spark back in your relationship, I'm going to be releasing it. It's so affordable. So it's going to come in 3 parts. So the first part is the Rapid Relationship Repair Toolkit. And it's all about what to do every single day to repair your relationship. It's a holistic program, meaning that it's all about your body, mind, and spirit. And it's really about taking your thoughts and taking your power back. So I work with all the different parts of the energy body and thinking in order for you to really take a look at what's going on in your relationships and say, what's my role in this? And how have I given my power away? How am I being controlling? Where is it that I've gotten it wrong? And how do I bring that spark back? Not just in your relationship, because really, if you think about it, isn't your relationship a microcosm for who you are in your whole life? And so I work with in the power centers or the energy centers. You don't even have to know what they are, but I will teach you. I mean, you're going to learn all about the chakras. I have a chakra checklist in there so that you can know how you're doing in each energy center when it comes to your relationship. So I give you an opportunity to learn about the second chakra, which is specifically, that's where the spark is in your relationship. So there's really a second chakra. I call it the bring back the butterflies technique. There's so many bonuses and so many exciting things, and I'm going to be releasing it. Hopefully I'm working on it to release it this week, but if not, definitely next week, and we can talk about it. But the second part is, if you want to get the second part, which I definitely suggest, because everybody who's gone through it has said there's a video companion. So literally I have created 28 videos because it's a 4-week program. And each day I tried really hard to make sure that each video was 4 minutes or less. So, because who has like time in the morning, because you should watch it in the morning. So I give you the steps to do every morning, the things that you have to do to really set your energy to fixing your relationship. And then you have a motivational video that's combined with the work that you're doing. And it's combined with the work that you're doing to give you that motivation that umph to stay in it. And I also explain a little bit more about what you'll be doing each day. And then the third part is called the Miraculous Manifesting Accelerator. And so I'm really excited about this. Literally, it's the best technique for manifesting. And I give you what's called the 4 special secrets in manifesting. And I walk you through each part. And I mean, I'm really, really excited about releasing
Get
this.
out. I didn't know that.
Wait, we didn't know that part. That part you kept from us. It sounds like a vibrational sex toy. But where is it possible that we can send everybody over to find it?
Well, once it's released, what?
When
it's out, it'll be at kmazzella.com. You'll be able to get it at, it's also at rapidrelationshiprepair.com. So once it's released, I will send out all the different ways that you can get it. I'm going to literally point every single one of my .coms at it. So I have kmazzella, but I would do rapidrelationshiprepair.com because that's where it's going to be the most. I'm so excited about it. You know why I'm the most excited about it? Everybody that I've walked through, because I've tested it, because I don't just release a course without like making sure it works. Everybody has been, I've gotten such positive feedback on this course. Right. People have been like, and the thing is, nothing is hard. It's just effort. It's just a willingness to look. I mean, if you're not ready to look, then it's hard, right? But really, it's just, I break it down into such bite-sized pieces where you really understand your power and what it means and the different areas that we give power away. So if I break it down in bite-sized pieces, and one of the things that I always felt when things were hard for me is just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do to fix this. And so if you're really struggling in your relationship and you don't want to leave, but you just don't know what to do, this is what you do. Like, that's what when I really thought about creating this course, I remember back to my first course that I created, which was about years and years and years ago, about, I had an eating disorder, and I said to someone, just tell me what to do. And I do have the steps. Actually, I really should release that course next, but I'm not going to. I need a break. but I can teach you that course if you want to work one-on-one with me. But so when it came to relationships, I was like, I just want you to do this. If you do this for 28 days, I just made it 28 days. If you just do this for 28 days, I promise you will be shocked. The Miraculous Manifesting Accelerator, you can do it anytime, and you can do it for any subject. And it has in it a meditation that really walks you through the steps of. So I give you all these different steps to manifest, right? And then you have to walk through each step yourself. And then at the end, there's one meditation that brings all those steps together in a process that you do. I'm super excited, obviously.
You can see here, like, she is pumped.
I know. I'm pumped. I want to do it right now. I'm like, okay, I'll sign up. What do I do? What do I sign up? Tell me what to do.
I have a question. I have a question. If anyone watching is not in a relationship, can they benefit from your course?
Oh yeah, it's funny because I actually have clients that I'm like, what are you in a relationship within that you're struggling? So I do have a client that did this course with food, right? So I said, go through it with, just think of your relationship with food. Right? Because we have relationships with money. So it obviously, if you're struggling in your relationship. So I always say everything is your relationship with your inner self, right? Everything. It looks like you're in a relationship with another person, but it's really your relationship with your inner self with that other person and that other person's inner self. And then even when it comes to food or money or gambling or whatever it is you're struggling with, that's all a relationship. So if you are, I mean, I really honestly have to tell you that this course I do every day. Like I really do. I do it every day because it walks you through the important pieces that and in it are questions that you just look at, and they shouldn't take you that long. They're questions that I want you to ponder throughout the day. I give you 2 questions a day. The first week, you don't have any action steps. So then starting then second week, you'll have some action steps, and there's simple action steps that you decide yourself.
Wait, Kim, this is so exciting. Can you give us like example of just one thing, like maybe one of the statements that you make or one of the action steps? Because I think people don't even have an idea.
Appetizer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Of like, what are we talking about?
So the first week is stepping into your power. The second week is understanding your perception. The third week is understanding your judgment. And the fourth, and forgiveness, right? Judgment and forgiveness. So the second week is really all about like, what is it I'm perceiving? How am I judging this? The third week is about forgiving it. And then the fourth week is about deciding what you want to create, right? So I walk you through every day. You walk through a power center. So that's a chakra, right? Or so in day one, first chakra, you start to work with the idea that you're enough. I am enough, right? That's it. I am enough. So you have to work with that idea throughout the day. I am enough. And then I give you questions to answer, like, where do I not feel like enough? Like, so things that you can ponder throughout the day. The second week is all about, like, how do I perceive myself as not enough? And how do I see my partner or food? Let's say it was food, as where is it filling me and making me feel like I'm enough? So these are questions that you're going to answer. What is one action step that I could take in the world, something small that I could just prove to myself, I do believe I am enough? And so every day you have a little teeny action step that you could take. Nobody even has to know you're doing this. And what's great is, if you're in a relationship that's not working, or that's not where you want it to be, or you just want the spark back, they don't even need to know you're doing this. I mean, I have a client that I work with that's like, my partner's like, what has happened to you? Like, what is going on? Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
I'm really excited. So hopefully that all the things that are going off the screen, it should be up and live by the end of the week.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
so I've been working on this forever.
Well, I think that's amazing. I'm excited about that. I know one of the things we wanted to discuss this evening, besides a recap, is that we have all been, I guess you could say, overwhelmed. I know Mercury is out of retrograde, but man, it's like it went out with a vengeance. Anybody else noticing that? Anybody else noticing that? Yeah, I know. I'm going to unmute my little friend Tracy here. Nope, you got to do it, Trace. Uh-oh.
Is she gone?
I got it. No, I was coughing.
Good.
So I was just mouthing it like, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I actually wasn't really saying anything. I was just coughing. But yes, we've all been discussing off camera of like, wow, has this month been like bananas for like bananas beyond bananas, where you're just like, what do you want from me? Yes, that's where I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like this month has been, we're seeing a lot of changes in where people stand from, the world's opening back up again. And energetically speaking, people are, I think, on such different level. It's like, I feel like we're all playing a video game, but we're all on such different levels and skill levels. And who's got a better remote controller than somebody else? I don't know. But all I'm saying is that I'm just trying to keep my life like preserved and up there. And I will say that I'm noticing people's energy is just off the charts. And yes. I mean, I don't know about you ladies, but I know for me, one of the things I try to do to preserve my own energy is find some sort of joy. So it's, for me, taking a nap or, doing something fun, reading during story time. I had a really amazing situation happen this past week where a little girl, and I think I told you this, came to the salon and she was just like, my doll needs a haircut. And I made a whole video. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yes,
the point of doing that was it brought me such joy to get out of it was last week. Last week I filmed the video and posted it. It was after Monday night, our show. And I'll tell you what, like I stood in my salon for an hour and filmed something and then had to edit it. But this project brought me so far away from the everyday mundane humdrum stuff that for me, that turned into a form of meditation. Yeah. What about you ladies?
One of the things that I think that, we talk about time, right? And when you are you know that like you're in a good space when you don't know time exists, right? Time is that thing that like when you are not in that good space, it's like everything's time. But like, have you ever been in love and you're like falling in love and it's like you have no idea that 7 hours have gone by and you're like with that. But honestly, I really honestly feel that what happens is when you're not in that space and you let other people in your energy field and you feel through judgment, because you're judging yourself. Other people come into your energy field in a negative way when you feel like you're judging yourself, right? So because it's all me, I know this is kind of a deep concept, but if it's all me, right? And I create my reality, let's say, if I'm feeling like I'm not enough, I'm going to bring other people into my energy field that will tell me what to do. right? Or what I should do, because that's what being overwhelmed is, right? Other people in your energy field that you're noticing. And so this was a really hard week. And for me, because I allowed other people in my energy field and I knew I was doing it. Like it wasn't like, 20 years ago where I just do that. I knew I was doing it, but it was like, I was throwing a little tantrum and allowing myself to do that. And one of the things that Course in Miracles says is that we have idle thoughts and we just allow them. And I was thinking about it because I'm like, it's interesting how I learn things through trial and error, right? And I kept saying, why are you doing this, Kim? You know so much better. It's creating pain for you. But I was like, but if I just make it perfect, everything will be okay. And then they'll like me. They'll really like me. But it's like, who cares? They're never gonna. It doesn't matter what they think about me. I'm never going to like me if I'm judging me and caring what they think. Really, the way to handle that is to let go of what they think and like myself anyway, right? And it took me a while to really get that lesson. And while I wasn't learning it, I was in kind of a lot of pain, right? Because these are the things that we do. And I love when clients are like, oh, is that something you did before you did all this? No, I know the rules. I still sort of break them. That's why I wanted to talk about today having a daily practice, right? And my daily practice was off. It was. I mean, I still meditate every day because it's kind of like brushing my teeth. I can't not do it. But my meditation, I wasn't putting any effort into it. My work that I do every day, I wasn't putting any effort into it. And shockingly, I allowed myself to get overwhelmed and spent my day judging myself in the form of feeling like other people were judging me. So this is why I was like, wow, the most important thing I can do is not worry about what they're doing, worry about what they're saying. The most important thing I can do is get back into my practice. And so I thought maybe I'd talk about what that is, right?
Definitely.
And so my practice is, and everybody that knows this, before I get out of bed, well, actually, let me go the night before. When I go to bed the night before, I thank the universe for the day. If you believe in God, you can say, I thank God for the day, and then I say, when I sleep tonight, I'm just going to release all that energy. And I ask that my mind is healed so that I can see this through the highest perspective. And I awaken with the highest and best perspective on everything, and download any information to me that I need to know about that will help me through tomorrow. Right. That's what and then I I spend my night in thanks. Right. Then in the morning when I get up, the first thing I do when I am doing my daily practice is, and I teach this in my long course, is I don't let myself out of bed until I have thought 3 good feeling thoughts. Okay. So what are those 3 good feeling thoughts? One is always, I get to have coffee with cream in it because I give myself a cup of coffee every day. I love coffee with cream. I talk about this all the time. It's like literally I like sit over it and I kind of make it last for a while because it's beautiful. And I can't have that much caffeine because then I'm off the wall. So I have my 1 cup in the morning. Right. And so then I'll find 2 other good feeling thoughts, and they've got to be, you can't fake this. They've got to feel good. Right. And then I write down 2 affirmations every day of my life. I write them down. But here's the thing about an affirmation. If you write an affirmation and you find no way to connect to it, if you find you're just like, I am enough, and then you just go on, it's a waste of time. Don't do it. Like literally try to connect to that affirmation. So I'll write, let's say I'm not writing I am enough right now because I'm kind of there. But like, let's say I'm writing, I am creating a wonderful journey because I'm going on a vacation, right? I am creating a wonderful journey. I am attracting all I need to have a wonderful vacation because I'm going on vacation, right? Then what I do is I try to feel that for a minute. Like, well, have I ever been on a vacation that felt good? I try to feel it and bring that feeling into it. And then I go into the mirror and I say it in the mirror. And I have a technique that I use. I don't need to get into the whole technique. One day we'll have a whole the class on it, but or session on it. And then all I do after I'm done with that is spend 3 minutes or 5 minutes writing in my book of positive aspects. And I've talked about this too. Book of positive aspects. I pick 3 topics. I write for each topic for a few minutes. The positive aspect about my dog. And I might talk about Biddy who's sitting over there right now. Right. The positive aspects about my dog. I know it sounds silly, but I read the other day, if you actually write it down, it forces you to focus on it. It forces you to be there with it in that moment. So the positive aspects about Biddy, my dog. And I might just be like, she always loves me and wags my tails and all that stuff, other stuff, right? That's my dog. Positive aspects about college, whatever, like my son going to college because he's going to college, right? And I can't wait. He can't get out of the house quick enough, at least today.
Right.
And, right. I might feel differently tomorrow, but if I feel positive about it, I might write the positive aspects about it. If I'm in like I don't want him to go away phase, which has happened too, I'm not going to write those positive aspects. But find 3 things that are easy. Now, if you're working on something and you want to feel more positive about it, you could choose that for your positive aspect of the day. But I would say like pick 3 easy topics and write about them, because the goal of morning work is to get yourself so that, because life is you're going to go out in the car and somebody's going to honk at you and you're going to get stuck at the red light and you're going to, someone might cut you off or, you'll get a bill that you didn't expect, or things are going to happen because life is not going to say, because life is designed to give you contrast. We're here to see all the opportunities. We didn't come here because we already know all the answers, I believe, on the other side. We came here to experience getting what we want. And if we got what we want all the day long, we wouldn't be able to experience it. We wouldn't be able to experience the juicy joy of like that achievement that you've been working on. So here's the thing, is that I didn't do my book of positive aspects for a week. I didn't do it. And I did my meditation, because I say I never really skip that, because after all that I meditate. I don't skip that. But I didn't do my book of positive aspects for a week. I've been very, very, very busy and there's no excuse. I got to tell you, I know better, right? But sometimes I'm a teenager inside and I just don't want to, right? Like I have a lot to do. I've been having a lot to do. My son graduated, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. I had to pay the consequence of that. I did, because here's the thing. Most of the time people are like, gosh, Kim, you're so joyful. You're always so happy. I work at it. I work at it. It requires all that stuff I just told you about. But if I do that, what happens is when the guy cuts me off, I bless him. I say, you know what? You reminded me that I'm still alive and I'm still here. And when, the bill comes, I bless it, because I think, isn't it great that I have the money to pay this bill? And when I don't do my book of positive aspects, or I don't do my looking in the mirror, those things happen, and I make them bigger than they are, or I make them mean something that they don't have to mean, or I take it personally, or I forget that I'm a powerful person who can create their own reality. So when I remember I can create my own reality, when I remember, oh, my thoughts are really creative. And when I write those stupid little things about my dog, and they're not stupid. Because
they're not stupid.
But when I write those 5 little sentences about my dog, they make the difference between my feeling blessed all day long, or my feeling like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, I'm never going to get it all done, and the world, right? So it's 15 minutes of work in the morning. That's it. And, sometimes when I first approach the, clients, and they're like, I got to do all of this. I'm like, well, yeah. Or
work.
You can.
It's called work. Right.
It's effort. It's not work. It's effort, because you know what? I love writing in my book of positive aspects. I really do. It's just a little bit of effort. I love meditating once I do it. Right.
Just or at least going.
It's effort, because
it's like the gym.
Yeah.
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, okay, so just for anyone that's just tuning in, first of all, welcome. If not, welcome back. We are Open-Minded Mystics. And I just want to say for clarity that the Book of Positive Aspects is not something that you're going to want to leave this show to go look for on Amazon, because both myself and Tracy thought for a moment, I know, that she was discussing, Kim was saying a Book of Positive Aspects is something. What Kim is referring to is by taking any book that you might have, labeling it a book of positive aspects, and creating it yourself. And I just want to say that, like, taking a chewable vitamin kind of helps you feel like you don't have to eat as many vegetables that rapidly, is what I kind of take as doing all of her 5 things of positive aspects for each subject, or 3 subjects in the morning. It's a chewable way of getting your day started off in the right way. I just want to say, I was chomping at the bit. Kim, I got to tell you tonight, you're on fire.
You are on fire. I haven't seen this much energy since you're 21.
I don't know what's gone on, but let me tell you something. Whatever it is, keep it up, because you are on fire.
Thank you.
On fire.
Grace, what do you want to say? 'Cause I know you're chomping at the bit as well.
Oh, no. I just want to say that this is so exciting, Kim, because there's just, again, being a person who is like very based in like, okay, what do I do? What's next? Just like you said, just tell me what to do. These are such doable things that are so simplistic, but just take the discipline of really getting started. And I agree with you. It's like once you start doing it, you look forward to it and you create a tradition for yourself. You create a regimen for yourself, just like brushing your teeth, where it just becomes second nature. And that's when things get really cooking with Crisco, because it's like you're just doing it and you know what you're doing and you have those things. So I think it's awesome to give us like these really specific examples. And I love that.
Great.
Yeah.
I have a question for those that are watching also, because even though today I'm the host and you're the mind of the audience, I think I'm like channeling our audience. So when you're writing down your mantras or what it is, what did you say that they're called? Why did I just like
Affirmations.
I lost the word affirmations. Post-it notes. How are we doing this? Give me
Yeah.
a little bit of an idea of how you would do it. Do you take them with you where you go? Do you leave them somewhere at home? Give me a little bit of an idea of how I might want to do an affirmation and how to carry it through the day.
Okay, I love this. So just so you know, if you do my rapid relationship repair kit course, none of this is in there because that course is really focused on just relationships and just those things. But if you want to take my longer course, this is all in what I really teach clients on a daily basis that I work with. So when you are working with a subject, you know what's hurting you, right? Yeah, you don't need to come to me to say, Kim, what's wrong with my life, right? You know these things are. No one's ever come to me and said, I think that something out there vaguely is not working, right? Most people are like, my relationship's not working, my money's not working, my kid's not working, my this is not working. So what I start to do with someone is I build a book of affirmations around that. So affirmations are I am statements where you try to bring energy into your energy field in the with word, with thought, and with feeling, right? So word, thought, and feeling. So the words might be you're gonna want to write it on. So let's say your relationship sucks right now, right? Like we all have those things. I am, but you don't want to leave. You're not ready to give up. You say, I am creating a drama-free relationship, or you can say, I'm creating a joyful relationship, right? It doesn't feel real. So you don't want to just write, I am creating a joyful relationship. What you want to do is you want to think about a joyful relationship that you actually have, right? So my dog, who's on my right over there, right? I actually am creating a joyful relationship. So I think about that joyful relationship. My dog just loves me. Okay, so maybe that might not float your boat because you're thinking, well, that's a dog. Okay, so my best friend from whenever I think about her, we just jive, right? She's been my best friend since I'm 14. So, 6-7 years. So,
Right.
we
Do the
just
math,
jive.
kids.
In some sort of planetary math. I don't know which one. But so she's been my best friend. Like I am creating, a joyful relationship. I can think about that relationship. And when I think about that relationship, I am creating a joyful relationship. So that brings me to that feeling. So I'll think about that. So I write it on a piece of paper. I am creating a joyful relationship. I just write it on a piece of paper. Right. And so I tell people to work with 2 a week, right? Work with 2 a week. And so you write it on a piece of paper, you say it out loud, you think about your best friend in terms of that, right? So you start to bring that feeling. What does it feel like to have that joyful relationship with my best friend? When I'm at my worst phases of life, I said, if I was in Guam and I said I need a ride, she'd figure out a way for me to get home. Like she's my ride or die, right? So I know that I have that relationship with her. Then I go into the mirror and I will say each affirmation, looking in the mirror twice, trying to feel it. I'll say it in my right eye and my left eye. I am creating a joyful relationship. Why both eyes? Because you are one eye dominant. Always, it's hard. Try to look in the mirror with both eyes at the same. It's very impossible to do. So just you're look and say it one eye, look and say it with the other eye, and try to feel it. That gets it in both sides of your brain, and that's it. Now, in the two affirmations that you're working with a week, I say take 5 sticky notes with each affirmation and plug them around in different places. Put them in your car, put them in the hood of your car. Oh yeah, right. So when you see that statement,
She means the visor, guys, not the hood of the car.
I was like, wow, how often is she going
The
into that
microwave
kitchen?
in the hood of
You
the
change
car.
your oil, you'll see your affirmation. That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
The mechanic's gonna be like, "What is I am enough?" I don't know. Is that
He's like, and nobody's like, I needed to hear that. My mechanic. The best is when I used to when I was doing mirror work with Kim. Wait, I have to say this really quick. When I was doing mirror work with Kim when I first took her course, and I would leave my house and I would be like, oh, I forgot to do my mirror work. I would literally be in the rear view mirror going, I am not getting that.
Right.
beep beep?
So, but here's the thing is that you got to try to feel it or you're wasting your time. So when you see that, whenever I see it around my house, I'll think about my best friend. I know that I want to create the great relationship with but I got to access the feeling, right? So the goal is to access the feeling because that makes you believe the statement. Because if you write a statement and you know it's not true, you could write it down 1,000 times. You could say it till the cows come home. You could say it to the hood of your car. You're never going to believe it. Right?
And you know what's crazy? People go, "Oh, I don't know what that is. I can't get that feeling. I don't know how to create it." But here's a trick I always say with people when they're like, "I don't know how to do that." Whenever people go, we're at a restaurant and they're like, "I don't know if I want this or this," and I'm like, "Okay, well, just visualize it. Just visualize it in front of you. Like, what seems like it's going to taste better?" And every single time they can do that, I'm like, if you can do that about food, you can do that about anything.
Right.
But you got to take the time to really stop and be like, how would I feel if I'm in this? Or how would I feel if I'm in that? Which is like,
now I want raviolis.
See? You can visualize those raviolis.
I can taste them.
Pillows of flavor.
That's actually making me hungry. But right. So
we have about 4 minutes left.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this.
This has been amazing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so but here's the thing. If you do these things, if you just put them around your house and every time you see them, you feel that feeling and you try to feel that feeling, and then you write in your book of positive aspects, I promise you, when you have a party and people are coming over, you're not going to spend the day before going, what are they all going to think of me? You're going to be like, oh, I just want to serve them. How can I serve them? I hope everybody's happy. I'm going to be so happy. Right. But I spent all my time missing that information because I wasn't doing the work. So I'm back. And thankfully, I've been teaching this work long enough to know that I only take a little break. Right. And it really does make a difference in my life.
But what do you do, Kim? Like in the instance, and I know we only have a limited amount of time, but I think it's so pertinent. I have a question
about this.
That when you're in it, like you said this weekend, where something happened where you realized what you were doing, is there a way you can stop yourself mid happening?
Yeah.
Like going to the bathroom and be like, stop,
time out.
Once I really realized what was going on and it dawned on me, well, I was miserable and I was missing my life. And thankfully, I didn't really let it last too long. I just started blessing everybody at the party and thanking them for being my master teacher. So literally I started blessing everyone because there were certain people that I was worried about what they thought about me because it wasn't like, it was my son's party. So it wasn't like I had a choice in all the people who were going to be there. I did have a choice. No, I'm going to rephrase that. But I chose to allow everyone that he loves at the party. And so I just started blessing them and thanking them and forgiving them. So like forgiveness is the one, I forgive you and release you and I ask that you fly. So what you do in those situations is you give the other person all that you want for yourself. Because that's the rule of energy is anything that you want, you have to give it away, right? Yeah. So if that's the rule of energy, every single person I laid my eyes on, I would think about, I want you to be at peace. I want you to, and if you start doing that, it really does make a difference. And that's what happened. And I actually ended up having a great night at the end. It took a while.
My question is, what do you do when you are the person? Okay, so in this case, you were the person that was feeling a little low energy and you felt like you were in the negative space. What do you do when you are the person that's usually the high flying person on the disc up here and people are saying to you, well, what's going on with you? You don't seem yourself. How can you, when somebody else recognizes it in you, how do you pull yourself out of it? Because like we talked about, like this has been a really difficult week. And for so many of us, for so many different reasons. But what do you say? What can you do for yourself? And it might be, you might have just already answered it, but I have to hear it from a different perspective. What do you do when you realize that people are seeing it? You think that you're like faking it till you make it, but you're not.
But the person who would notice it the most is my boyfriend, and he's always shocked because I mean, he was really shocked, like about what I was going through. Because I'm human, right? And and he did say like several times, are you doing your work? Like he actually said that to me, like, are you okay? Like, because no, most people expect me to be the one up there, but I'm
Absolutely.
human and I didn't do the work. And
Right.
what I do is well, for me, what I do is I admit it. And this is the truth. Sometimes, and just like with grief, and I say this, sometimes, like if you are in grief, it doesn't matter. You just got to go through it. And I said, I'm really obviously not ready or to step out of it. And if you could just bear with me, I'm just not ready to step out of it. And I'm human and I need you to bear with me. I'll be ready to step out of this when I'm ready to step out of it. Sometimes I got to be in pain before I'm willing to step out of something. And I'm human. I know the way out. Here's the thing. I know the way out. I just gave you the way out. I know the way out. It's just right now I'm in this energy where I just need time to get myself there. And
I think
you
that's
just, yeah.
no, I think that's great advice because so many of us want to get out of it faster. They want to be in the microwave like you were at the beginning of the show. And that's all the callback. And see, I haven't lost it completely.
Hi-oh.
Here she goes. But I mean, it's interesting because I had clients notice it this week. They're like, "What's up?" I had a client actually say to me, "Your eyes don't even look the same. The sparkle is gone." I'm like, "I got to change my contacts."
Wait, but Donna, here's the thing is that, and this is what I say this is why I teach people when I coach them. Listen, just so you know, I'm a human. I go through this stuff too. When I don't do this work, my life doesn't work. When I do the work, my life works. It's that simple.
Yep.
So it's not, there's this formula. I'm going to teach you this formula. Do this formula and it will work for you. These are the rules. If you follow them, they'll work for you. But sometimes I don't want to do them.
I understand that completely, but you know what you do want to do?
Oh, yeah.
This is like the Cracker Jack box prize. This is what it is.
You don't Cracker Jack box.
We are a nutritive form of Cracker Jack crack. We're like crack, really. And this is the prize. So, Kim, I think tonight you deserve the honor of
Oh, thank you.
because you, my lady, that was amazing. So,
thank you.
Tell me when.
Okay, hold on. Now.
And if anyone connects with Kim's energy this evening, this is your card. And here we go. Abundance, an excellent one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a great answer. You have no
Great
idea.
answer to that question because I think I kind of know the question. And celebration. So
oh my
that's great.
gosh. Woohoo.
I know. That's amazing. I know. All right. Now, Tracy, let me get a little shuffle in here. And anyone else that identifies with Tracy's energy this evening that would like to share with her cards, when she says so, I'll stop.
And now.
Oh, gosh. It's such pressure. Okay. Children.
No, I didn't. No,
did.
you didn't.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And truth and integrity.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
And look at all the children in truth and integrity.
I know that. Yeah. You know, that's so funny. I never noticed that. It's 1, 2, 3,
Little angels.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. 8 is enough.
Can you imagine? They'd be like, hey, guys.
I can.
8 kids. Hey, guess what
8
happened?
kids.
Come and knock on our
Come
door.
and knock on our door.
We've been waiting
All right.
for you.
And then I'm going to pull a card this evening for myself and anyone that identifies with my energy. Whew. Here we go. Okay. Focus.
Okay.
No shots there. No shots there. And enchantment. So I need to focus on some enchantment and continue to just live the dream. You know what I'm saying, folks? Christina, how are you? Nice to see you. Glad that you could make it in. Oh, Kristen, sorry. I keep seeing letters that are not there. I apologize if I mess up names, guys. I need to get my eyes examined. That's happening next week when I'm off. So again, we will not be here on the 5th of July. We will be taking the day. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day, whether you're coupled or alone, and be independent. And we will see you when we get back on the 12th with official Flora Mende. Please don't forget to go over and check out and subscribe to our page on YouTube, Open Minded Mystics. We're also on Facebook and on Instagram. We have multiple accounts because we are just like trying to get you like pepped up
any way we can.
And you can see our sponsors, official Flora Mende. Let me put them back up again so that you guys can see them. Don't forget Dirty Bones Soap Company, 10% off with Monday 10, all caps. Let's give a shout out to those that have been with us. Mystic Moon Pixie, Crystal 30. You could check them out. And then don't forget, I love Nikki's Little Shop of Horror. She's been putting up some amazing images. Mystic 10. And then we have, of course, Official Floramente. I love it, love it, love it. 50% off all 1 hour sessions. You have Witch of Dusk, 15% off. And don't forget to check out rapidrelationshiprescue.com.
2 days though. Give me a few days.
couple of days. Kim Mazzella, what an amazing opportunity we have to have you as part of our group, our leader. And what a great night.
It was a great night.
Awesome. Great job, ladies. And everybody have a fabulous 4th. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. And baby, you're a firework.
Oh, yeah.